On July 15, 2045, humanity's boldest space adventure began. SpaceX's Mercury exploration mission launched aboard a specially designed spacecraft named Starship Prometheus. A 5-person elite team was set to become the first humans to set foot on the smallest and most mysterious planet in the solar system. Captain Sarah Chen, 40, was a seasoned Chinese-American astronaut known for her sharp intellect and cool demeanor. Pilot Alex Rodriguez, 35, was a former fighter pilot renowned for his skill in space flights. Geologist Dr. Aisha Okonkwo, 38, was a Nigerian-born scientist and a world expert on planetary formations. Engineer Yuki Tanaka, 32, was a Japanese prodigy known for her groundbreaking discoveries in space technology. Lastly, biologist Dr. Max Weber, 45, was a German astrobiologist famous for his work on extremophiles. After a grueling 9-month journey, on April 17, 2046, Prometheus finally entered Mercury's orbit. As the team made final preparations for landing, the craters and deep chasms on the planet's surface came into clear view. Captain Chen's voice crackled over the intercom. "Team, we've been preparing for this moment for years. It's time to make history." The landing module began its descent towards the edge of Mercury's Calorus Basin. As they approached the surface, the planet's harsh reality became more apparent. Temperature gauges were rising frantically. Alex, managing the landing procedure with unwavering concentration, asked, "Temperature outside is showing 430 Celsius. How long can our spacesuits withstand such high heat?" Yuki promptly replied, "Our suits are designed to withstand up to 500 Celsius, but we can only stay at this temperature for a maximum of 4 hours." The landing module touched Mercury's surface with a significant jolt. The team members looked at each other, their eyes reflecting both excitement and fear. Dr. Okonkwo whispered, "We did it. We're really on Mercury." Captain Chen gave her team final instructions, and together they headed towards the airlock. As the door opened, the view that greeted them was breathtaking. Mercury's horizon was incredibly close, emphasizing the planet's small size. In the sky, the sun appeared much larger and more menacing than ever before. Dr. Weber, taking his first step, spoke with ceremonial flair. "This may seem like a small step, but it's a giant leap for humanity." The team spent their first few hours exploring the environment and collecting samples. Dr. Okonkwo, examining the structure of surface rocks, exclaimed excitedly, "This is incredible! Some of these rocks could be remnants from the formation of the solar system." However, Mercury's harsh conditions soon made themselves felt. Yuki noticed interference in the communication system. "Captain, solar winds are affecting our communications. We'll need to fix this." On the second day, the team prepared for more in-depth research. Alex began using the exploration vehicle to scan a wider area. Dr. Weber was using special sensors to look for signs of possible microbial life. In the afternoon, something unexpected happened. Alex reported seeing strange light movements in the distance. Initially, they thought it was an illusion, but Dr. Weber's sensors also showed abnormal energy readings. Captain Chen decided to act cautiously. "Team, we're pulling back. Let's observe this phenomenon from a safe distance." But before they could retreat, the lights began to approach rapidly. Within minutes, the team found themselves surrounded by enormous dancing columns of flame. These entities seemed to be composed of molten metals and plasma from Mercury's core. Dr. Weber, his eyes wide open, stuttered, This is impossible. They're behaving like living beings." Yuki immediately adjusted the sensors in her spacesuit to analyze these entities. "Incredible. These things are emitting enormous amounts of energy and they're interacting with Mercury's magnetic field." Captain Chen tried to calm her team. "Stay calm. They don't seem to have aggressive behavior. Dr. Weber, is there any way we can communicate with them?" Dr. Weber thoughtfully said, "Classical methods won't work, but maybe we could use energy waves." Alex suggested an idea. "What if we use light? We could create simple geometric shapes." The team quickly got to work. While Yuki reprogrammed the spacecraft's light systems, the others observed for possible reactions. In their first attempt, they created a simple triangle. The response was immediate. The fire elementals, as the team decided to call them, arranged their bodies into a similar triangular shape. Dr. Okonkwo excitedly shouted, "It's working! We're really communicating!" Over the next few hours, a primitive dialogue developed between the team and the fire elementals. The entities took the team on a journey across Mercury's surface, showing them unprecedented vistas. At one point, the elementals guided the team to the edge of a massive crater. The crater seemed like a gigantic passage leading into the depths of Mercury. Yuki's sensors began collecting data frantically. "I can't believe it," said Yuki, her eyes locked on her screens. "This crater is connected to a tunnel system that extends to the planet's core, and there's an incredible amount of energy flow down there." Dr. Okonkwo tried to understand the situation using her geological knowledge. "These tunnels can't be natural. They look artificial." Captain Chen turned to her team. "So the fire elementals aren't just random energy entities, are they? Are they the native inhabitants of Mercury?" This discovery changed the entire nature of the mission. The team began to grapple with the ethical dilemma before them. Should they share this information with the world? If they did, what would be the consequences? Dr. Weber spoke with a concerned voice. "If we reveal this information, think of the research teams and perhaps colonizers that will flock to Mercury. We could destroy this delicate ecosystem." Alex objected, "But it wouldn't be right to keep this information secret. This is the greatest discovery in human history." The debate lasted for hours. Finally, Captain Chen made the final decision. "We will share this information, but in a controlled manner. We'll submit a detailed report to the International Space Agency's alliance and propose strict protocols for the protection of Mercury." In the final days of the mission, the team tried to establish deeper communication with the fire elementals. Slowly, they realized that these entities were a kind of guardian, managing Mercury's energy flows. The elementals were maintaining the balance of the magnetic field in the planet's core, protecting Mercury from the sun's destructive effects. When the time came to depart, the team members had mixed feelings. On one hand, they were eager to return home, but on the other, they didn't want to leave these extraordinary beings. As Prometheus departed from Mercury's orbit, the fire elementals put on a massive light show on the planet's surface. The team wasn't sure if this was a farewell salute or a warning. During their long journey back to Earth, the team members prepared their reports and discussed the implications of their discoveries. Nothing would ever be the same again. Humanity had definitively learned that they were not alone in the universe, and this knowledge would forever change their future. On January 9, 2047, Prometheus returned to Earth. The team members were quarantined and underwent long debriefing sessions. Finally, on March 1, 2047, their discoveries were announced at a worldwide press conference. The news swept across the planet like shockwaves. Some celebrated it as the beginning of a new era, while others were gripped by fear. Religious leaders began to discuss the philosophical implications. The scientific world went crazy. At the end of the press conference, Captain Sarah Chen said these words: "We didn't go to Mercury just to explore a planet. There, we redefined our place in the universe. We now know that life can exist even in the harshest conditions, and intelligence can manifest in forms far different from what we can imagine." This discovery is not just a scientific breakthrough, but also a philosophical turning point for humanity. Now is the time to decide what we will do with this knowledge. I hope we act with wisdom and respect for all forms of life. The Mercury adventure of the Prometheus team opened a new page in human history. Now eyes were turned not only to the stars, but also to the depths of our own solar system. And who knows, perhaps a future dancing with fire elementals was just one of the countless surprises awaiting humanity.